Hello, everybody. It's the Thursday before Good Friday. Got all your Easter stuff done? I don't. I never do. I'm in the stores Christmas Eve, too. Never get that stuff done on time. Just saying. Cheers, dears. Once again, thanks to all my lovely subscribers out there. I really appreciate you. Now, today, I'm going to talk about the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland. There's some weird stuff the Republicans are saying about this, and it's disheartening, you know what I mean? But anyway, I just want to know how hateful you have to be to go down some of those roads. I'm just saying. Now, Francis Scott Key was actually wrote the Star Spangled Banner. He did, September 14th, 1814. Song's been around a long time. It's been around so long, even I know the words. Now, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, I say that, stroke brain, right? Was hit by a huge 100,000-ton cargo ship, forcing the bridge to collapse. And we all seen it with our eyes, right? We all watched it boof, and you seen, right? Okay. Apparently 6 souls were lost. And this bridge has been around for 50 years. It facilitates over 30,000 cars a day that cross it. And those 6 souls were, as far as I can find anyway, were documented into this country. They weren't what the Republicans call them. But anyway, USA Today says there were 8 workers on the bridge when it collapsed, and 2 were rescued. Can you imagine that thing starts to collapse? It was like a 185-foot drop, and those 2 fellas, they all dropped into that ice-cold water, right? 185 feet, and still survived. One of them swam to shore. Just saying. A 38-year-old man and father of 3 from El Salvador. And the Guatemalan Foreign Ministry said 2 of the workers, a 26-year-old and a 35-year-old, were still missing. So it appears that these hard-working gentlemen were documented. If their embassies knows about it, paperwork went through. As well as the Mexican consulate in Washington, D.C. also confirmed Mexicans were missing as well. The ship called the Dolly had other major accidents apparently before this one, and the ship's data recorder was rescued yesterday. So we'll see. They said it's going to take about a year to get all the information. I just thought you kind of plugged it in, remember the old VCRs and stuff, plugged a tape in, oh look, there it is. But no, apparently not. And to make this tragedy worse, the megamaniacs were quick to push the conspiracy theories and outrageous lies before anything was even really known. Now, Maggie Trader Peen said there should be a serious investigation into this horrifying tragedy of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland. Is this an intended attack or an accident? Praying for the victims, survivors, and families. Well, you know, at 9:04, the morning of, the mayor, police agencies said it was in no way intentional and definitely not a terrorist attack. She put that out after this message was put out on the news streams. Yeah. Gotta make a name for herself, right? Again, that big microphone in her face, right? How hateful do you have to be to get thrown out of the Crazy 8 caucus? How friggin' hateful do you have to be for them to throw you out? I mean, seriously, if you appear to be that vile to the likes of Matt Gaetz and the handjob harlot, how disgusting do you look to the rest of America? They threw you out. That's how despicable you are. I can't emphasize that enough. And now Maria Bartiromo has her own. You think after that giant $785 million lawsuit that she was named in would shut her mouth and start thinking before she spouts off. But no, more conspiracy theories. She tried to blame the wide open border for the bridge collapse. She was talking to numbnuts there, Rick Scott from Florida. You know, the guy that stole millions from Medicare and stuff. Yeah, him. And he got the largest American and the largest fine in American history for fraud. He had to pay something like $700 million or something as well. So you know how much he kept. That's how much it was worth, yeah. She said, you've been talking a lot about the potential for wrongdoing or potential for foul play, given the wide open border. You know where she's going with that, don't you? She's saying that those brown people must have been here and crossed illegally. That's where she was going with that. And with the name Bartiromo, I'm sure she's not Irish. Just saying. Matt Schlapp, the guy who apparently can't be left alone with younger men, either in a car with the Herschel campaign aide. Schlapp the schlong, as long as I don't get caught, appears to be on the down low, and we never fully come out of COVID lockdowns. If you talk to employers in America, filling slots with employees who aren't drug-addled is a very huge problem, suggesting that drugs played a role in the bridge collapse. I've got a story on Matt Schlapp a little later for you, just saying. Now, Nancy Mace, she suggested that the infrastructure bill was to blame for the tragic Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, underscores the lack of prioritizing real infrastructure in exchange for a pork barrel slush fund. Swallow hard on that one. It's time for both parties to prioritize transparency and objective criteria in fund allocation, ensuring safety and sustainability. She also said that only a small allocation of money went for actual roads, bridges, and airports. Feck all the way off, lady, will you? Just feck all the way off, you attention-seeking loser. And the bridge was fine until a 100,000-ton ship rammed into it. She says it was actually green, all Green New Deal in that bill and very little else to it. Seriously? Yeah. This coming from the thirsty toad who voted against the infrastructure bill but was beaming at the groundbreaking ceremony for getting a transit hub in her district. She called the infrastructure bill a Democratic socialist wish list. But she was there to catch all the glory after Pete Buttigieg got that for her. And she's now blaming it for not doing what it was supposed to do. Others in that MAGA circus have blamed the accident on everything but what we actually saw. Now, the dolly lost power. Called for tugs immediately because it lost power apparently 3 times. So the second time, they started calling tugs. And not like Irish tugs. I mean tugboats. Cleared all the vehicles off the bridge, had a mayday sent, and within minutes of any trouble that was noticed. So remember how they were screaming terrorist threat when at the Canadian-U.S. border there? I think it was the Rainbow Bridge or the Peace Bridge, one of the two, Niagara Falls in Canada there. That when 2 idiots were driving the car too fast, they flipped it and it blew up. Oh my Jesus, must be a terrorist, must be terrorist. Yeah, I'm sure. They were just driving too fast and crashed. They blamed Biden's bad border policy. They were 2 Americans in a Lexus. Imagine burning up a Lexus, that cost a cent or two. And anyway, then we have Matt Collins, a Republican. Baltimore obviously won't rename the new bridge after Francis Scott Keys again. So any guesses on the new bridge name? Why? Why did you say that? Because Maryland has a black Democratic governor? Would that be why you said that? You racist person. Can't say what I'm really going to say. I get thrown off of here. Just saying. Still, others are blaming this on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because, yeah, that plays a role. I'm guessing because brown people were working on the bridge, The transportation secretary is openly gay, and in my opinion, they are furious and very jealous that the Democrats got the bill passed in the first place with a bipartisan vote, I might add. And there are over 46,000 projects right now being undertaken. So if you want to find out which ones they are, go to transportation.gov or whitehouse.gov. And there's a little map there, and you can click on your state and see what's going on in your state and how many bridges are actually being built there. Nancy Face. And most of the projects, in case you didn't know, we're in red states. Yeah, just saying. Anyway, Naughty Nana loves you. I'll be back later with Matt the Schlapper. Talk to you soon. Naughty Nana loves you. Be good. And if you're new here, give us a subscribe. And if you like your family and friends, give this a share with them. Some of them need to hear it. Just saying. Naughty Nana loves you. Be good. Be safe. Take care of you.